Hola, estudiantes. I wanted to give you a quick review. I'm going to say quick, but actually, I have no idea how long it's going to take. About the regular preterite tense, in case you forgot from last year. So, regular preterite is used, there's two past tense in Spanish. Regular preterite is referred to as the simple past. It's something that happens once and it's done. Also referred to as the sudden past. So the way you do it for AR verbs, take off the AR just like you do with present tense. So get rid of that. And then you'd add the endings. So for the yo form, I danced is bailé. And you want to make sure you have E with an accent. For the to form, it's bailaste, you danced. For the he, she form, bailó, accent on the O, otherwise it gets confused with the present tense, bailó. So it's bailó, bailó. Nosotros bailamos, vosotros bailastes, and we'll be using vosotros. You'll see it in writing in this UW Spanish class, so good to get used to it. And then bailaron. Oops, bailaron. All right, for ER verbs, same thing as in present tense. Take off the ER, then you add the preterite tense endings, the past tense endings. So I ate is comí, I with the accent. I do my accents with this little quick extension, but you can go and also do it with insert and special characters. All right. So, comí, I ate. Comiste. Comió. Accent on the O. Comió. Comimos. Comisteis. And comieron. They ate. Muy bien. All right. For IR verbs, they're actually the same endings as ER verbs in the past tense. So you take off the IR, abrir, to open. So I opened is abrí, accent on the I. You opened, abriste. She opened, abrió, accent on the O. We opened, abrimos. They opened, abristes. And you all opened, abrieron. Same as the ER endings. There are some kind of funky little spelling changes every now and then when you do the past tense. For example, leer, you take off the ER and your root, oops, is just LE. So I read, oops, let me fix that. I read is leí. Leí. You read, leíste. We read, this is weird little spelling thing. Instead of having an L-E-I-O, you have all those vowels, excuse me, right together, they put a Y here. L-E-Y-O. Leyó. I think they thought that if you spelt it like that, it just looked funny, like there's too many vowels in there altogether. So that I becomes a Y. Leyó. We read, leímos. Y'all read, leísteis. And they read, another little spelling change here, leyeron. So if it was regular, that Y would be an I, but for leyer and other words that have all those vowels together also change to Y, but layer is the most common one. All right, then we have another set of spelling changes. They're only in the yo form. Otherwise, it's the same ending. So tocar is still an AR verb. Take off the AR. And if we spelt it like this, if we just did it like a regular AR verb, you would pronounce it tose, tose. But we want to say toque, toque. So that C changes to QU in the yo form. Toque, toque. All the other forms are normal. Tocaste, tocó, accent on the O, tocamos, tocastes, tocaron. They touched or played. So toque is where the yo form is where you have the spelling change. Also with the verb jugar, it ends in gar. In the yo form, if you just spelt it like that, with a e, it'd be pronounced juge, which is weird. So they put a u right in there in the yo form. It's jugue. It's only in the yo form where it ends with the letter e and an accent. Now, and there's no boot verbs in the preterite tense. Boot verbs are only for the present tense. So this becomes jugaste, and this is jugó. Make sure you put an accent on that oh, otherwise it sounds like juice. Jugo. It's jugó, jugamos, jugastes, and jugaron. Normal after the yo form. And another one with a spelling change is comenzar. Comenzar, any of those with the end in ZAR. In the yo form, in this one, I don't even know why they do it, because it doesn't really make a change with how you pronounce it. But they change that Z to a C and add the A. It's only, again, in the yo form. Comencé, comencé. And then the rest, it keeps the Z. So comenzaste. Oh, look at that. It caught my spelling mistake. Comenzó. And this would be actually a boot verb in the present tense, but it's in the preterite, past tense, so no boot verb. Comenzamos. Comenzaste. Y'all began. Comenzaron. They began. Excelente. So I just got done saying there's no boot verbs, there's no stem changing verbs. There are some stem changing verbs in the past tense. They're not boot verbs. Dormir, in the he, she, and they form, the O changes to a U. So it's they actually call them slipper verbs because, let me draw a little picture. I can't do it. Okay. Sorry, I thought I could just add a circle. So if you drew a circle just around those, it looks like a little slipper, not a boot. So, for example, dormir is an IR verb. So, dormí, I slept. Dormiste, you slept. And then here's where the stem changes. That O changes to a U, and it's durmió. So it's still the same IR endings. They just change in the he, she form and the they form. They change that O to a U. Durmió. I think because the OO maybe sounds funny. Dormió. I don't know. And then it's back to normal. Dormimos. And dormistes. Y'all slept. And then this is, oops. No, I didn't mean comistes. I meant dormistes. So I don't know why I corrected that. And finally, we got du durmieron. And so the same thing, servir, it'd be normal. It'd be serví, serviste. And then that E would change to an I. It'd be sirvió. And over here, it'd be sirvieron. So there are some spelling changes. If you mess that up, it's not that big of a deal. You'd still be understood. That's the preterite. Adios.